Hello everyone and welcome to this week's short video tutorial. This will be the third example from chapter 3 of Basic Midgame Tactics, which is a free ebook that is available for download on the World Xiangqi Federation website. The URL is given below. Now in this example, black would be the first to move, and it would demonstrate another example of capturing material or advancing one of your pieces, one of your men into enemy territory and into dangerous positions to capture material. So in this situation, a simple analysis would show that red would have two chariots, one horse, one cannon. Black would also have identical material with two chariots, one horse, and one cannon. Both colors would have a full guard. And the pawns would be the same in number. Now, the black central pawn would be prepared to charge across the river, and this would be a big issue for black. So, however, one of the main things about this board would be this area of the board. The red chariot was not very well placed, and it was vulnerable to attack by the pawn. And this black chariot would also be closed and not very active, and the other black chariot was also being pinned by the red cannon, but the black horse would have an open line for development, and so did the red horse. So in this example, I'd like to move first. So let us analyze the various different situations. Now, p3 plus 1 would be the first move that they suggested. Now, in the book, r7 plus 1 was discussed. Now, this was a bad move. It should be a blunder because once the chariot was placed at this position, it was vulnerable to attack by the black elephant, which was blocked by the black chariot. But after pushing the pawn forward, this chariot would also gain an open line for further development. So in the book, black would continue with r9 equals to 7, r9 plus 7, whereby the horse was advanced so that now there will be two pieces attacking the red cannon. So before we continue, one question would be, would r2 equals to 7 for a discovered attack on the red chariot be viable? This would be a blunder because red would simply play r7 equals to 8 and threaten to checkmate. So black would be forced to retreat his elephant and try to link his elephants up, and in the process of doing so, red would have salvaged his position and he would live to fight another day. So r2 equals 7 would be a blunder, but instead h9 plus 7 would be the recommended move for black to attack. Now, at this point in time, because red was about to lose material, there were 5 variations that were discussed. In the first variation, red would move c2 equals to 3 and move his cannon to safety and offer a trade of chariots. So, would this be a good move? After the chariots were traded, black would simply play h7 minus 5 to attack the cannon again, forcing it to move, and this would be the time whereby black would finally use the discovered attack. Now at this point in time, the black chariot would now be threatening the red horse, and the black cannon would also, the black chariot could also retreat and threaten the red cannon and thus prevent any possible checkmates. So if red tried to attempt a checkmate again, black would simply retreat his chariot to threaten to capture the red cannon, and if the cannon moved, the horse would be lost If not, the cannon will be lost. And at this point in time, there will be no checkmate because the chariot would now have blocked the red cannon. So that is why c2 equals to 3 would not be a good idea. But what would c2 minus 6 be a good idea? Now, by retreating the cannon, the black horse would now take the chance to get developed and gain some initiative. Now, the black horse would now be threatening the red horse, and red would try to salvage the situation by offering a trade of chariots. And at this point in time, um, black would play this very powerful move. Now, this would be a shot out of the blue. Why was this a good move? Well, can't red use the elephant to capture the black horse? The answer would be a no, because now it will be a discovered check, and no matter what red does, the red chariot will be captured. And at this point in time, black would have a superior material combination, and the advantage would be very huge, and black would most likely win the game. So that is why c2 minus 6 to try to trade chariots would not be a viable option, because black would be able to play h6 plus 5 to capture the elephant. And after making this move, black would be prepared to play h5 plus 3 to go for the elbow horse checkmate. So again, after playing h9 plus 7, the third variation given was c2 minus 1. Again, this would not be a good idea. Black would defend with Black would consolidate his defense with h7 plus 5, and at the same time allow the cannon to threaten to capture the red cannon. Now what if red tried to move his chariot to safety and prevent the black cannon from capturing it? The horse would immediately apply a fork. And if the chariot captured the pawn, red would capture the red cannon. So either way, red would still lose material. Now, it would not be a good idea for black to move the horse at this point in time, because red could simply play c2 equals to 9 to offer an exchange of chariots. So if the black horse would now not be able to threaten the red horse, and in fact the development of this black horse would not be an issue. So again, c9 equals to 7. The fourth variation discussed was c2 minus 2, whereby red would try to attack the black chariot in retaliation. Now, black would simply charge his horse forward, deliver a check, but again, black would choose to sacrifice his chariot and capture the black horse instead. Now, black would gain material. Now, why would this be so? Because again, this chariot was still under attack. So if the red chariot moved, red would have lost the cannon in the process. So for example, if this can be seen 1 2 3 versus 1 2, and this horse would be prepared to go for the elbow horse attack, so black will command a significant advantage. So that's why c2 equals to 6 for a discovered attack would not be feasible. In the last variation, red would simply move his cannon to safety with c2 equals to 1, again offering a trade of chariots. But black would counter in an unexpected manner with r8 plus 9. Now, this move was brilliant because black would still be threatening to capture the red cannon. If it moved away, again, the black chariot would still harass the red cannon, forcing it to retreat. And again, this would be a fork because now this elephant would be attacking the red chariot, and at the same time, the cannon would be attacking the the red cannon. So red would have the advantage here because he'll be uh, attacking both of the red pieces simultaneously. Now if red tried to make this move, black would simply apply a fork as mentioned earlier. So again, black would have a significant advantage. Now going back to the beginning of the board, at this point in time, as we can see, black's p3+1 was to try to set up a discovered attack. Now in the books, this example was discussing whether it was a good idea to capture the pawn because it would place the chariot in a dangerous position. I ran this position through my computer, and the suggested move was to move the chariot to safety with r7 equals to 9. So these were some of the moves that were generated by the computer program. And at this point in time, black would choose to play r2 equals to 5 and threaten to push the central pawn forward to gain some material. So a short variation. Red would try to play r9 equals to 8 to go for the checkmate. And black must take heat and defend accordingly. He cannot play r9 equals to 7 or it would be a checkmate. Checkmate. So after retreating the elephant, p7+1, the trade of material. As can be seen, this will still be a rather calm situation, and the computer analysis of this position would show that black would have a slight advantage of about 80 to 100 points. So I hope you've enjoyed this short video. If you like the work I've been doing, please subscribe to my channel. See you soon.